Hey gang, good morning. We are out at the property. Which property? Well, we are actually in Northwest Austin today at 22 North in Leander, Texas, Northwest Austin, about 30 miles north of Austin. And it is our sister property, 240 Class A luxury multifamily apartments. And I just wanted to give you a good look today of what that property is. Because when you're investing, you want to invest in the jockey as well as the horse. Yes, fantastic property, Class A luxury, recession proof, built in 2017 and stabilized through the pandemic, sold in 2021 for a net profit of $22 million. So I'm just going to give you a tour of that property today. We've got townhome style units with tuck under garages. It's really beautiful. So stay tuned. We're going to rock and roll. So let's take a look at the property. We've got a grand entrance. You're going to see the clubhouse and gated entry. The pool in the center of the property to make that grand entrance. And you're starting to see the townhome style apartment complex units with the tuck under garages, which is beautiful. So we're going to take a look at this property, do a site tour today. 22 North was built on 14 acres, is 240 units, and you can see that it has a lot of green space, private balconies, and just space to use for recreation. That's going to be the sign of a Class A luxury garden style apartment. It's 3-story walk up, and it's going to have larger units. So that's how this one was built. And we are taking a lot of 22 North with us to Dallas. We've used the financial underwriting, the conservative financial underwriting from 22 North into the prestige in our Dallas build, as well as site plan and technology and experience from several team members. So you will enjoy looking at how the residents are enjoying their space with their tuck under garages and spacious apartment units. Let's take a drive around the property and see the use that the tenants are getting out of their property. You can see that there's a lot of cars outside. So we have the external parking. We'll have some covered parking as well to sell. And then each of the units is a townhome style with everyone having their own garage. How nice is that? To be able to have your space and have the tuck under garages there. It's just a nice open concept for the site layout, plus the tuck under garages on every unit really makes it luxurious. Private balcony. And actually this property was built ahead of the curve between a lot before a lot was built out up here northwest of Austin, and we are in infill at the zip code 76210, about at the 135 and the 35 in Dallas, right in the heart of Dallas. So it's not an hour away from the jobs. No, we're actually serving 3 professional job markets. So our tenants are the young single professional. They may or may not have children. And they're probably engineers, architects, moved into Dallas, can't find a place to live, can't find a place to buy or rent. And so we're serving that demand. Developers are running right now to meet that demand. Occupancy rates have been about 3%, 97% in Dallas for the 13 years that we've been in Dallas, and Little dog park there. And so we're not building on the bubble. Our underwriting, our conservative underwriting is based on many risks being mitigated. Two-car garage, so they're fitting 2 cars in there. So in that way, the investors and the owners and developers are safe. You can see that there's plenty of open space built in this property, our sister property. It's a former build, so you have the experience being brought into the prestige at Mayhill. Our address in Mayhill is 2701 South Mayhill, Denton, Texas 76210, and the median income for a 3-mile, 5-mile radius is $96,000. Plus, we're hitting 3 professional job markets. Dallas has higher rents than any other city in Texas, and we're hitting 3 professional job markets. So there again, risk mitigation. We're building in a highly desirable area and higher rents. Nice quiet neighborhood. Nice and quiet in the back of the property. And you can see all of the units have tuck under garages and private balconies. A lot of people home today on the weekend, but nice and quiet area. So it looks like, yeah, we've come to the clubhouse and a little play area for the children. Birds chirping. Just a nice weekend day. We'll go over and take some pictures of the common area, the poolside area. Neutral colors. And the property, this property did stay stable through the pandemic. My car is shaking a little bit. And it sold in 2021. The Prestige at Mayhill is serving 3 professional job markets. Right off the freeway, we're 1/8 of a mile off of the I-35 with 116,000 vehicles per day, traffic count. 3 hospitals in the area, Class A retail and Class A medical office right on Edwards. About 1/4 of a mile from Texas Roadhouse, from Olive Garden, from on the border. So you've got the Class A restaurants right there that are just booming. So Dallas has some big advantages over Austin as well. You've got the density of people. You've got about 3 times the number of people, and the economy is such that if you take a look at Texas Roadhouse in Austin, they don't open daily until 4 p.m. In Houston, they're opening daily at 3 p.m., but in Dallas, all the Dallas area, Texas Roadhouses, Olive Gardens are opening up at 11 a.m. So I actually had to come down and find different places to talk to investors when we went down to Houston and Austin, and you know, make sure that everything is fresh and the food turnover is normal. So there's a good look at some of the property across the way. Nice private balcony, tuck under garages. So this gives you a great idea of the demand of these Class A luxury assets. You can see all of the cars that are parked outside of the property, but you can see also that each unit has a tuck under garage, and there are probably just as many vehicles inside those garages as well. High demand. Plenty of room to put washer and dryer. Lots of storage, 2-car garage, 1-car garage, different unit mix. And actually this property has a lot of different unit mixes because it was a weird shaped lot. Our lot is pretty square, it's pretty squared up, which is nice. Makes it easier for the developers to just place buildings. We have our civil preliminary site plan done, and we're a couple weeks away from finalizing that civil, pulling the architectural site plan in, and swapping out the stick frame with ICF, which is insulated concrete form, and it's 10 times stronger than a stick build. Also, soundproof, smell proof, so our tenant retention is higher. We can reduce our demand for HVAC by 50 to 60%. And our utilities with an insulated concrete form will be 90% reduced. Yeah, that's 90% reduced. So think of how that will play out for our exit buyer, our institutional exit buyer. Really nice build. It's a little bit cheaper, a little bit faster, and we've walked half a dozen sites in the Dallas area. There are hundreds of ICF sites that are built in Dallas, and so all the labor is local. We're not paying per diem for these people to come out. So here we're going to take a look at the common area and walk through to the pool and clubhouse area. Nice open space. Nice breeze there, cooling it off a bit. And then we've got our room for our mail room here. People have a covered area to come and get their mail. They don't have to be in the rain. Not a lot of snow here, but you know, out of the wind or the rain. Okay, so let's take a look at the common area. Nice open spaces, neutral colors, wide walkways, high ceilings, and then a nice clubhouse area with a pool, and framed by the buildings which gives a nice view too as well. Got some green space, and then drop box for your Amazon packages. Everybody does that. And then this is a nice area for the mail room. It is covered, so people can get in out of the wind or the rain and get their packages, get their mail, handle that. We've got some nice cobblestones with some different textures as well. So this is nicely done. And you can see that the common area, the clubhouse, and the pool area are framed by the buildings, which is a nice look. It shows off the property very well, the apartments. Not too much pool, just the right amount of pool, and some cabanas to get away from the sun a little bit. Again, we're looking at the apartment buildings, oversized apartments, private balconies, tucked under garages, townhome style. So you want to have your own noise over your unit. And then in the background you can see the gas barbecues in the common area over there where people can come and have a meal. Okay, so it looks like we have some bike rentals, or an ability to borrow some bikes. Looks like it's a pretty safe neighborhood if they're leaving packages out. I don't know if we can see in there. We can see the clubhouse in the common area. They are actually closed today, but we've got some common area there. Some tinted windows. We'll see what we can see there. It looks like a little bit of Western decoration. More common area, oversized chairs, beaded, top of the line chairs for the clubhouse, and then large overstated pieces in the overhead fixtures. So just looking at ground level here at eye level, we've got the ADA ramps for some units that are set up for Association of Disability. Open space, green space, not too much vegetation to have to maintain. And remember, this is in the middle of summer. This is July 23rd, and it is in the middle of summer. So we've got a lot of little patchy grass and stuff like that, but hard to keep up in 100 degree weather. Again, another nice look at the common area, and it is surrounded by the picturesque buildings. Are really pretty. And you know, in the Prestige at Mayhill, we can go 30 feet vertically without a special use permit, so we're not going to have to go through city council for anything. We can go 3 stories, 3-story walk-up garden style, and avoid the big expense of those elevators. So I'm liking the textures that they've used here. It's interesting. I'm just going to walk through this walkway and look at the architecture and the lighting that they've used. Come join us. Come to honorswaygroup.com or the Prestige at mayhill.com, or you can go to theprestige.com and join us to get involved in this project. You can be involved in a Class A luxury asset And what asset class do you want to invest in the recession, the continued recession? Because we had the pandemic, it lasted a year in Dallas, it's still lasting in other parts of the country, and in Austin and Houston 2 years, but in Dallas, the Dallas economy did pop right back. So what asset type do you want to be investing in? Class A luxury. Why? It's recession proof. Don't you want something that is recession proof, that people will be renting because they need a place to rent, they have to go to work, their house isn't built yet, they can't find a place to buy or rent in Dallas, and so we're meeting that demand. We're building to meet that demand. One of the risk mitigation factors is that tenant type, professional tenant type. They're not sitting around thinking, oh, how am I not going to pay rent this month? No, they're building their career, build, and paying rent is an afterthought. So if they get into a nice apartment complex where they can park in their own garage and put stuff in their own garage and be very comfortable in the larger open spaces, the larger units, then they're going to stay. Beautiful, beautiful Texas day. Quiet, peaceful. Nice comfortable build on the swimming pool. They've got the loungers set into the pool. Barbecues on the left, common area in the middle, and gym over on the right. Looks like these bicycles are available to use, just to borrow. Interesting. The vegetation that they've used is really good too. Not too much, a lot of open space, a lot of green space, pretty hardy vegetation used here. Different colors in their vegetation as well. Police presence, we like to see that on properties. Always good. Overhead fan there. This is a nice little spot. Clubhouse fitness room. Beautiful. No, I like this. This is really nicely done. Oh, it smells like cedar. Maybe some of this paneling is cedar, but it is so beautiful here. Overstated fixtures. And a beautiful water fountain that really pops. That's really cool. Let's look at the restroom. Should we go in the men's or the women's? Okay, so this is beautiful. And quartz or granite countertop. We're not going to overbuild, but this is really beautiful. Yep, a handicap bathroom and a regular bathroom. 2-seater. I like this sink area. It really pops. It's beautiful. Okay, let's go look at the clubhouse. Okay, so this is nice. This is Western to match the Texas lifestyle, and it is also made for the young single professional, and it is a little bit more edgy than something other people might like, but a nice a nice space, a nice area. You've got the large countertop with the waterfall. Nice area to spend time in, hang out, have a meeting, have a dinner, a birthday. You can see the large overstated fixtures and the different color patterns that they're using here, a little bit more Western color patterns. All right, just to finish up here, we're gonna finish this up and look at the fitness center, 24-hour fitness center. And have a nice mirror over in the background with different kinds of weights that you can use. Overhead fans, television sets, cardio, bikes, weights, machines. So really nicely done here. If we look at the ceiling, it is actually some nice big fans that they put in for keeping people cool. So that's nice. Looks like we can go just walk in here. Take a look. Free motion machines. Maybe about 40 feet by 40 feet, so it's not overly big, but we've got this big mirror that makes it feel bigger, and have the machines by the windows, which gives it a little bit bigger of a feel as well. So, a durable carpet and some inline lighting up there. So we're going to come out here and come out, look at the hallway here. Again, I like this water fountain. It really pops. The copper and the purple and the different textures as well. That's pretty. That is nice. Makes you just come and want to work out. Yeah. So let's finish up by looking at the common area and the pool. Pretty day, pretty weekend day in Texas. Get a last look at these apartments, which are really beautifully done, and all of the site plan and floor plans and unit sizes, tuck under garages. We've brought that into our Dallas property. The Prestige at Mayhill. Just go to prestigeatmayhill.com and you can log into your Investor Club portal and get all of the due diligence documents in order to engage with us. But time is short, time is running out. Our subscriptions are almost full, and you would want to go ahead and do the due diligence right now and to be able to work with us on our Dallas project, the Prestige at Mayhill. We have an excellent team. We have a stellar team, a fine set of co-GPs. We're about 90 days from entitlement. Look at all these cars here this weekend, and there are tuck under garages, so you can just see that the property is full. And they are only serving one professional job market. We're serving 3. So it'll lease up and sell. We're going to lease it and sell it. It's a great build to rent, but it is a better build to sell. So we'll flip this one, hold the next one, flip it, hold it. So we are super busy. come along with us today. Go to theprestige@mayhill.com and go to your Investor Club portal so you can get involved with us today and you don't miss out. We will see you there, and have a blessed week. An open door. You know, I can't resist that. Let's take a look at the corridor. See what we see. So they do have entrances inside, which is nice. They can come inside and get out of the wind. Pretty practical, but also very functional when the wind picks up or when there's rain. Blessed and highly favored. Now remember, this property was built in and finished in 2018, and it was a one-phase build, so it's had some use. It's had some use since 2018, and but pretty functional because people can get in and out of the weather and get to their unit. Got some rough concrete floors, which are good for anti-slip, and then just some flat sealed concrete going to apartments. Looks like these apartment managers are not doing their job here, but it's not our deal. Sold in December 2021, and I just wanted to get a picture of the architectural plan inside. Use of some wainscoting. Give it a little bit of a different feel. Nice wood doors. That's nicely done. There's a look from the 3rd floor. And the smaller, oh, it's a dog park. That's what that is. Thought it was a place for the kids to play, but that's actually a place for the puppies to run around and for the dog owners to get out of the sun a bit. Looks like it's widely used. Take a look at the balconies. We'll go up to the 3rd floor. Nice site visit today on the weekend. So again, we've got the 3rd floor and some nice heavy wooden doors, dark wood. Oh, roof access. So this is a peak roof. It's got like a half peak, and we can go 30 feet without an SUP, without a special use permit, into the mid peak, and so this probably is locked. And I can see that the air conditioners, HVACs are on the roof. That's where those belong. Working hard. Now remember, with our insulated concrete form, there we go, insulated concrete form, our HVAC requirements are going to be reduced by 50 to 60%. So that'll save us in our build, that'll save us in our utility bill, which will be reduced by about 90%. Think of what your tenants would enjoy if if their utilities are reduced by 90%. Isn't that amazing? So I'm going to leave you with this. Unless we can get another good view of the common area, that would be a nice way to leave it. And again, come and invest with us today. Our subscriptions are almost full. You're going to have to run fast to engage with us at this point. But the Prestige at Mayhill, that's where you want to be. Come visit the dog park at our Prestige at Mayhill, but it's so cute the way they've done that. I just love that. And come invest with us and engage with us today as a passive investor. You're not going to do all this work. We're doing the work. And we're happy to help you to understand all of the numbers and work with you and have a conversation about the ultra-conservative underwriting, but about the money that is being made here. And so you'll want to be engaged, the prestige at mayhill.com. We'll talk to you soon. Have a blessed week.